Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mori Crossing, and today we're going to be doing a really exciting build. I'm going to be making my entrance for my Japanese island Matsukaze. So I guess let's just jump right into it. As you can see here straight away, I'm going to be using a lot of waterscaping and a lot of terraforming, although I haven't started doing that yet. So at first I thought a bridge would be a really nice way to enter my island. It's quite impressive. It looks quite interesting, I think, to immediately see a bridge. That's my thought anyway. So I thought I'd do it straight on for a long time, so everything was perfectly symmetrical. But in the end I decided not to do that. As you can see here, I decided instead to do a diagonal bridge, and also to change it from the stone design bridge to as you'll see a bit later, the brown Imperial Bridge, is that what it's called? The really expensive one, basically. And yeah, so from that actually my build completely changed. I'm not sure if completely is the right word, but I changed the style of what I was going to do. I decided that instead of doing everything symmetrically, I would do everything asymmetrically. So everything's slightly different in size and position and things like that. I actually haven't described what I'm doing here, have I? So I'm going to be making a bunch of rice paddies. It just came to me. The last road trip I went on was around my area because, you know, with the current situation, a road trip to outdoor areas was the only place I could go. And so I actually discovered some new places in my prefecture. If you don't know, I live in Japan, and I found this lovely tiered rice paddy area, although actually ironically they weren't rice paddies, they were mainly potatoes, but they were in the same kind of tiered system and they were really beautiful. I'll insert a picture here. And yeah, so that's the main inspiration. I just wanted to start with something that wasn't too busy. Well, actually, maybe that's not the right word. Something natural, something a bit like inaka, which is countryside. I wanted to start with countryside, and I'm not sure how town or city that my island will go. I'm not sure, but I knew I wanted to start it in this kind of area. So here we're on the next day, and I decide to do the natural pathways, the natural incline, that's what it is, not pathways. So yeah, here's the second tier of the rice paddies, and as you can see, this one is it's one step back from this side, and we've got Pappy watching us on the right, just chilling, you know. As soon as you start terraforming, all your villagers turn up. And yeah, as well on the front I decided to do the two different designs, this one having a sort of just area on the front which I'm going to add some stuff to. And here I go with the actual rice paddies. The design for these I will put in the description below. It's by Tsu. And I wanted to do these really busy ones, but actually these are later on in the rice paddy season. If you don't know, rice paddies look different during different seasons or different months. So this creator has done a bunch of different ones for different times of the year. I'm pretty sure this is September, the one I'm putting down right now, the really busy long ones. It's getting to the point where, is it harvesting soon or fairly soon? And as you can see, I went back to the May ones instead, because my island I'm probably going to keep in spring. At least for the DA I'm going to turn it back to spring, I'm pretty sure. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, we've got the edges. Again, these edges are a lot more for summer, but I just really like how it looks, having the bushy area around the edge, because usually it's just a path around the edge of the rice paddies so people can, you know, walk around it and check on it and do everything they need to do. So yeah, that's kind of represented with these. but I think these bushes are for, yeah, after summer, where it gets completely overgrown once everything has been taken out or things like that. I'm not a rice paddy farmer, as you could probably tell. I just know when I drive past the rice paddies, they look very different at different times of year. Anyway, here you can see that I'm experimenting with a bunch of different paths. First it was like a ruins path, then I thought I'd try a dirt path, but it just looked a bit too clean for me. Then I decided to try these like brown stones. I still haven't got all the custom designs I want. I actually downloaded a bunch that I don't know if I'm going to use, but I wanted to have them just in case. But finally I decided to use these like 3D lighter stones because I love how 3D they look. They're so pretty and like clean. And yeah, I love them. So originally on the right hand side you can see that there's a lot of terraformed wall there that's just brown. I was going to put some simple panels with some rock designs so that it looked like a rock tiered rice paddy, which is very common in Japan, but I decided in the end that that wasn't the look I was going to go for. It was a bit too tall. The simple panels were a bit too tall, which was unfortunate because I think it would have looked really cool. Anyway, at this point I came into another problem. I thought my resident services was a long way away. It is a long way away comparatively to my other island, but I didn't realize how huge this build is. So the edge of this would have hit the resident services, so I had to make it slightly smaller than I expected. I never thought it would be a problem. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I really couldn't believe it. I really did just like stand there for a long time, like trying to work out what to do. Obviously I've cut that bit out, but yeah. So much terraforming for this build, my goodness. I just wanted it to look, you know, how it does in Japan. All the different tiers look so interesting. And again, I decided to do it one back instead of having it the same, like so that it's not symmetrical either. Also, you'll probably see me struggling a bunch of times where it terraforms in places that I don't want it to terraform. It's been a long time since I've terraformed, I'll be honest, like on this kind of scale, and I kind of forgot how much of an arduous task it can be because it just doesn't listen to you. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you enjoy terraforming? Is it a chore for you? Or I love the result, that's the thing. Anyway, back to the build. I decided to put a bunch of trees at the front because I wanted to make it look a little bit wilder, a little bit more unkempt, because it looks very clean where the rice paddies are. So I decided that I would do a bunch of different trees at some different heights so that you can still see through it to the rice paddy behind. And yeah, I wanted some like small bamboo growing through so that it just looks overgrown and unkempt. I may change the front bit a little bit because I don't have all the items in the game because this is a brand new island. I've got a lot from my other account, but like I didn't have any trash items, which, you know, you don't always want trash items, but in this case I did want a couple of things just kind of so that it looks more natural. I don't want it to look necessarily abandoned, but I would say that some rice paddies and stuff do look that way, and yeah, I wanted to emulate, you know, what my life in Japan, I don't know. So yeah, I added a hedge here. I was trying to just make it look more full, and also so that you can't get behind there. I want to specifically show people where they can go, I guess, is what I want to do. And I decided to use the ruin floor here. Again, I might change this at some point to like a dirt path, but for now I really liked it. I like the like silver with the green, or grey with the green. And of course, my fave fence, the barbed wire fence, has to be in this build, of course. And just adding some vents. I'm not quite sure this is what the vents look like in the rice paddies, but you know, the water needs to get through somehow. And I think these rusted vents look great. And of course, I mean, you can't have a rice paddy without a snapping turtle, just, you know, chilling as your guard dog, right? Just adding some stones here and there of my fave 3D stones. Just trying to make it look busy. And some old newspapers and some like fish and bugs. And of course all of the rocks that I wanted to put in here, I wanted them to be mossy, and because they're basically all in water, right? Maybe one day I will make the like beach towel thing that I've seen a lot of people do. So that you can lie in the rice paddy. But the thing is, you don't want to lie in a rice paddy, but it does look good for pictures. Because who wants to lie in water? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So yeah, I decided to add some things to the front here. More barbed wire fences, some rocks, which I eventually take away actually, some hedge, which I'm trying to, the hedge is trying to represent, is that the right word? Like overgrown parts of the rice paddy. So yeah, as you can see, this has taken place over a few days because there's so many things I need to add. So many bridges and inclines, my goodness. So on the right here, I decided to do something a little bit different. I mean, it's still going to be rice paddy. So not that different, but design-wise, it's different. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because, you know, resident services. So it's going to be overgrown rice paddy. So it's no longer being used anymore for rice. I originally started putting stuff around the edge and put some soil, dirt, that's the one, in the middle, but I'm like, that looks a bit strange, so I'm gonna put the dirt all the way underneath it all, and then I'll plant some white mums so that it just looks like something similar to, you know, the rice, what it looks like when it's overgrown, but it also could look a bit like grass, like just it's been taken over by nature is basically what I want this section to be like. And maybe further behind it as well once I continue it, because it's not going to be 3 tiers and then back down again. It's going to stay at the 3rd tier, I think, and the 2nd tier. There's going to be more stuff to the right and the left. At least that's the plan at the moment. Maybe I'll do some sort of bridge, because I have plans to make the Spirited Away onsen, which has that really beautiful bridge over to the big onsen. So I could technically do that directly behind here, because I could make that look really grand and interesting, but maybe it will be something a bit more countryside. Maybe it would be like a giant Totoro tree or something. I will work it out. I've already used 2 inclines, and how many inclines do you even get? You guys, oh goodness. Am I gonna have too many inclines? I can see it right now. I'm gonna have to leave a ladder for everyone, aren't I? Let's be honest, and leave signs with like a ladder, like you have to use a ladder here. I really hope with the 2.0 update that they're gonna bring some more inclines and or bridges. That would be amazing. Please, Nintendo, please. If you're watching this, please. Would appreciate it. What are you guys looking for in a new update in Animal Crossing? Let me know in the comments. Sahara just hanging around behind. She's such a cutie. So just decorating some of the edges. You'll see that I don't decorate all the edges because, as I said before, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those edges. They could just be as they are now, but I think that they will extend into another bit of farmland, or maybe even into a sort of Howl's Moving Castle area. A giant moving castle would be cool. And also I love the weeds in this season. Oh my god, the spring weeds are so gorgeous. They look amazing. I can't wait for these to grow into like the full weeds. Here I just experiment with what to put here. I think I'm going to change the well later on, but I didn't know what else to put up there. If you guys have any ideas what else you could put on rice paddies or just above, because as I said, either Coco or maybe even Genji, who's hanging out here, maybe we'll put his house up there. So whoever wants to have a farm, I think Coco's house would look really good up there. I'd also like to add some trees up there to give it even more height. That would look awesome. Okay, so just adding again more busyness to the front here. Just a random assortment of things. Just to make it look natural and jam-packed. And I was going between like the tall lanterns and the keropi lanterns. On most of the builds I use the keropi lanterns because they're just so cute and such a nice size. So look at them up there, look at them. And I wanted to use the keropi snack more because frogs, there are so many frogs and toads in rice paddies. It's so loud. There's like the cicada sound in the summer, and there's also the frogs. The frogs are so loud. But actually the farmers really like the frogs because they eat pests and things like that. So, you know, I really wanted to use the snack more, but it just looked out of place because it's just so cartoonish. So I have just stuck one right here at the front because I feel like with all the green it's okay. Just putting a few final touches and here we are. Oh my goodness, this took so many hours actually. I'm really happy with it. I really like how it looks. It's very clean at the moment. I'm going to add a couple of things eventually, but yeah, I really like it. Really, as a British person, I don't know about other British people, but I don't like complimenting myself, but I really like how this turned out. I think it's a really interesting way to start an island. Maybe I just haven't found them, but I've never seen anyone do their like starting part of their island like this. So yeah, I hope this inspires you to do some rice paddies of your own if you're making a Japanese style island. And if not, I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. If you did, why not hit that like button? Why not? If you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. My channel is full of Animal Crossing content. We've got island tours, we've got how-tos, we've got everything. And I'm currently working on this Japanese style island, but I also have another island that's a Harry Potter theme, so look out for builds on that as well. I'll see you in the next video!